everyone. Today we are going to discuss about communication. In this digital world, without communication nothing will works. And communication is nothing but exchange of ideas, feelings through the words, numbers and messages. Communication is a process where the sender has to send a message to the receiver through some communication channels. This is what we called as communication and communication process. And the Paul Legans framed a definition about communication is a process by which two or more persons share their feelings or impressions through their use of message or words is known as communication. And in this communication there are some of the levels. There are totally 5 levels of communication: extrapersonal communication, interpersonal communication, intrapersonal communication, organizational communication and mass communication. In extrapersonal communication, where the human interact with non-humans. For example, when we have a pet in our home, we have communication with that non-human like a pet. When other person enters the home, the dog may bark. That is the best example for extrapersonal communication. And the second one is interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication is nothing, a communication between the friends or a communication between the partners or a communication between two persons, interpersonal communication. And the third one is intrapersonal communication. In intrapersonal communication, sometimes we can talk with ourselves. We can talk with our brain, we can talk with ourselves, is known as intrapersonal communication, and that is also known as self-talk. And the fourth one is organizational communication. In this organizational communication, it is a group communication or a team communication. Where group of people can share their feelings and ideas to promote their organization is known as organization communication. And the last one is mass communication. Mass communication is now very well known by all. Mass communication is nothing but the communication through the TV, radio, internet, fax, telecommunications, telecalls, video conferences are also known as mass communications. These are all about the levels of communication. And the next one is the very important one is elements of communication. In the elements of communication, there are totally 7 elements. The sender has to send the message through the idea and through the communication channel so that the receiver will receive it properly. The selection of communication channel is very important for the sender to the receiver. And the last one is feedback. These are all the elements of the communication. And the next one is types of communication. There are so many types of communication and I have discussed also. The first one is one-way communication, where the communicator only communicated to the audience. That is known as seminar. In most of the best example is also a seminar. Best example is also a seminar where one-way communicator, the communicator only communicate to the audience. Next one is two-way communication. In two-way communication, communicator and audience both are active. The best example is lecture, where the student and teacher can interact and solve and clarify their doubts is two-way communication. And the third one is formal communication. Formal communication, we all know formal things are happening in all the institutions like interviews, conferences, meetings. Formally at the particular time, at the particular place, when everything is organized and run properly, that is known as formal communication. And the next one is informal network or informal communication, where in any institutions or any other places, some people may get gossips and they have formed gossip circles. That conversation between the gossips persons is known as informal communication. And gossip circle may form as a friends. It may be found between the friends or it may be in internet groups. That is known as informal network. And the next one is physiological communication. In physiological communication, where when anyone touches our body from the skin to the brain, the information is passed and it is received to the particular organ through the nerves is known as physiological communication. And the next one is mechanical communication. Mechanical, we all know as mechanical devices. Through the mechanical devices we can communicate is also known as mechanical communication. It is very useful in communicating with the public or community. And the best example for us radio, TV, and the very very common is internet. And psychic communication, it is nothing but the person can predict or pertain a future before it will happen. That is known as cyclic communication. And the last one is serial communication. Serial communication is nothing but a person to person, the communication is passed like a chain. Like a chain, it may be passed. So that is known as serial communication. And the next one is symbolic communication. Symbolic means the person may communicate through verbal and non-verbal communication. And the visual communication. Visual communication is nothing but the graphs, pictograms, and tables, maps, posters, etc. We can communicate through the visual pictures like graphs, pictograms, tables. And the next one is verbal communication. Verbal communication is through the words and non-verbal. Non-verbal communication without using words is non-verbal communication. And the important one in nursing is techniques of communication. Where we can interact with the patient, we have to know the techniques of communication. And the first one is listening. The nurse has to patiently listen what the patient is saying. The first one is listening. The second one is broad opening. The nurse encourages the patient to talk with her freely. And the third one is restating. Restating means repeating the statement. And the clarification. The nurse has to clarify what the patient has said. Or what the patient has asked the doubts. And the fourth one is reflection and focusing, sharing perception, silence. The main thing in nursing is silence. The patient may have sometimes felt pain or something, the patient may not express. So we have to identify through their silence by their facial expressions. That is through the non-verbal communication. And the humor. Humor is very important to improve the mental health. And the last one is suggesting. We have to suggest the ideas to the patient, but we are not allowed to give a decision to the patient, but we are able to suggest some ideas to take a decision to the patients in about their health problems. And modes of communication, only there are two modes of communication. One is verbal communication and the another one is non-verbal communication. We already know that verbal is using words and non-verbal is without using words. And non-verbal communication, in verbal we may use words, but in non-verbal there are so many things to communicate, like body language, facial expression, posture, gaits and notes, and some symbols and words are also used. Some written messages are also comes under the non-verbal communication. And the next and important one is process of communication, and otherwise it is also called as communication channel. Here we can communicate in this communication channel, the mainly used are elements of communication: sender, encoding, message, decoding and receiver. The main is sender. The sender has to choose how the receiver have to understand the messages that is sent by him. So the sender, he or she may has to select the particular thing very carefully while sending, because he is sending through a channel to the receiver. He is not sending directly, so he has to select properly who can give a correct meaning to the receiver without changing it. So the sender has to select it properly. The sender has to select the idea or feelings properly through the proper channel. So the sender to the proper channel is known as, the process is called encoding. And the message to the receiver, where the channel sends the message to the receiver, is known as decoding. And then the receiver has to give the feedback to the sender, and these processes known as communication. Sender, encoding, where the sender to the message process is called as encoding, and message to receiver process is called decoding, and the receiver has to send feedback to the sender. And the next one is barriers of communication. We also have many techniques, but we also have some of the barriers to the communication. Some may have the language barriers, where we know English, some of the patient may not know English, and the patient may be from Hindi, Telugu, we are not known. So the first barriers is language barrier, and the another one is psychological barrier, where we cannot talk to him freely because the impression may be bad at the first time. And the physical barrier and the perceptual barrier. In the perceptual barrier, we may feel bad about the thing, so we may feel that the patient may not answer to us, so that may be a perceptual barrier. And the last one is cultural barriers. In the cultural barriers, in some of the cultures there may be restrictions to not to talk to their religion or their caste. So that is the cultural barriers. So barriers of communications are these: language, psychological, physical, perceptual and cultural. And remaining will be continued in the next session. Thank you.